Hello friends, hello. My name is Janessa and I'm the head of community here at Sell with Amy. Oh, and it's 2020, I'm so excited to be here, irrationally excited. I've been counting the minutes, literally, been staring at the clock, waiting to go live and chat with you about some of the things that are coming up both in this community, with the app, and also with our main Facebook business page, because we have another eSummit coming. So if you're here and joining me live, say hello in the comments. I'd love to be able to see your name and say hello. If you are watching on the hashtag after party, please let me know that you're watching on the after party. I am really excited to be able to be back and be here. It's been so cool to be able to see some of the posts coming through and just seeing everybody in this new year. We did take some time off to spend with our families, to which I got my fill of my children, and now I've sent them back to school, and I'm so happy that we're back to routine. We had some great times together, but it's funny when you don't have routine how much you crave it, right? Speaking of, with the new year, you're likely getting back into your routine as well. Hi, Lisa. And so with that, we wanted to get started with our quarterly eSummit. So when we started this, we tried it in one of our communities. It went over really well. We brought it in fall. We brought it to our Facebook business page, so that way you can watch it in your own time. If you have not yet checked out our fall eSummit, I'll be sure to include in the comments after the fact a link to it's a playlist with all of the trainings from our fall eSummit. So I'll be sure to include that. If you want to get a jump start on the inspiration and tips and tricks, we bring leaders from across direct sales, from across different companies, to be able to come and share their tips and inspiration. And initially this was an idea of how can we get people involved and excited? Hi, Kelly. How can we get people involved and excited? And Happy New Year, Sarah. And wanted to make sure we realized that as we got to know a number of those that are hashtag powered by Amy, we see that over on Instagram, the hashtag powered by Amy. As we got to know a variety of friends, we realized and saw themes among different companies. Each company runs their businesses differently, and they often will have a great community resource within that particular company, whether it's through a workstation type of situation or if it's having team pages. The individual or the companies are very collaborative within one another. But as we started to have these eSummits, it's great because you can gain additional tips and tricks that maybe you haven't heard before because it's from another company. So this has been really cool and exciting. I know that I enjoy them so much. I watch with bated breath. I watch live. Now, if you can't watch live, it's okay. I realize I've started chatting all about this. Let me explain what an eSummit is. You might have figured it out, but we're going for it here. An eSummit is a virtual summit, so it's all housed here on Facebook, but it's on our Facebook business page, so anybody can watch it. It is a variety of leaders, typically between 8 and 10 leaders from across different companies, that come in and share 10 minutes or so of inspiration and encouragement, or tips, tricks, and the like. So they come in and they share something. This theme is getting the year kicked off right. Don't quote me on that. It might be getting the year started right or something to that effect. But so there's a variety of leaders that come and share their inspiration. If you can't watch live, it's totally fine. You can catch it on the replay. It'll be there and ready for you. And if you ever want to revisit them, like if you want to revisit the fall eSummit, you can go over to our business page, which is Sell with Amy, SELL with Amy. And again, I'll link that below. You can check out the fall eSummit there, or it's over on YouTube, which is the link that I'm going to share with you. Hi, Wendy. Amy for the win. Hi. So yes, we have it quarterly. And the reason we have it quarterly is because that's what everybody requested. Originally, we were saying, is this something that would be good on a yearly basis? And we had a number of friends say, no, it's tremendously helpful. We'd love to be able to have it quarterly. The great thing about these trainings is you can also take them and share the links, because again, it's on a public page. You can take them and share them in your team pages, so that way your team can learn from them. Now, we have, last time it was, I believe, 10 speakers over the course of a day, having topics that are 10 minutes each. You can actually take those trainings and you can share them to your team page, maybe one a week. They can go and watch it as well. But if you share it one a week, that's going to be some incredible insight and inspiration that you can spread throughout the rest of the quarter. So it's a great way to be able to get training for yourself, to get inspiration. My favorite thing, and I didn't anticipate it after each of these eSummits, is all of a sudden, the day after, I'm like, let's make this happen. And I just get really excited to dive in and watch people check their stats, check their current. Now, mind you, my dashboard is a little empty, but for example, if you jump into the app and it's empty like mine is currently, you can make a strategic focus. Where do I want to improve my statistics, right? So you can, I'm sure that there's going to be some incredible tips and inspiration surrounding things like that. It's not all app driven. There is oftentimes, it is in regards to relationship building. That was a big focus for the fall eSummit. Anyway, so I will share the fall eSummit, and then we shared details on where to find the winter eSummit, which is next Wednesday. I just realized I haven't even stated the date yet. Wednesday, January 15th, 2020, and it starts at 9 a.m. Pacific. For my friends on the East Coast, that's noon, and it goes until 2 or 2:30 Pacific, so 5:30, 5 or 5:30, I believe. Don't quote me. We have a graphic and an event and all sorts of things. So I'll be sure to include those things in the comments below. So I also highlighted the fact that there's some new functionality. Now, some of this was released right before we left for the holidays, and I know that there's been some great posts in this group. I know that they're from Jessica Watterson had some incredible tips surrounding how to utilize this new functionality. Without further ado, let me share with you, we have some new custom contacts. Now, we also have within the app, this was also shared, I'd like to point out here, if you look at Aubrey, you can see the last time I contacted her was 12/4/19. So 12/4/19 was the last time I contacted her. If you scroll through, you can actually see who was last contacted right here on the contact screen. Isn't that incredible? We of course have all these sort by options that we've had recently. So for example, most recently followed up with, you can sort by that, and you can see here going through those. Additionally, if we go back, I'm just going to hit done. We're going to also go ahead and I'm going to show you where so currently these are all the filters that are showing. But if I go in, and let's say that I go in with Gizmo and I add a category, and let's say that I met at a vendor event. So you can create this category to be whatever you want it to be. I know that Jessica alluded to having it be the month of the year, I believe. Go back and find that post if you haven't. If you haven't, I'll see if I can link it in the comments. But hers is, I believe, the last time that they ordered. So she actually can go ahead and sort through everybody who ordered more recently. So if she was looking at December orders, she can go ahead and connect back with those individuals, pull everybody up in a list. So I'm going to give you an example of this. Let's say that I want to create a category for those that I met at vendor events, because I don't necessarily have a real strong personal relationship with these individuals. Typically those tend to be more of a retail type situation, and so I'm going to list it here. I'm going to handle the customer service for somebody that I met at a vendor event differently. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I met Gizmo at a vendor event. I also met Jersey Jersey was uninterested. I'm going to leave him as uninterested, but that's okay. That means, so uninterested, for my friends who are new or weren't aware of this, if you list somebody as uninterested, you're not going to get any prompts or reminders to connect to that particular individual. However, they will sort as, so for example, if I were to look for, we're just going to save here and go back, and I am now going to go to the top. I'm going to go ahead and go to the filter, and I'm going to sort by vendor event. I'm going to search for that. Now you can see, for example, Jersey is listed as uninterested, so when I go to reach out to Jersey, I'm actually not going to connect with Jersey because Jersey does not want me to connect with her. It might be a him, I don't recall. Jersey does not want me to connect with them. All right, so Gizmo, I'm gonna actually go ahead and reach out to all my vendor event people. Let me do a quick review of two things. One, message templates, because I feel like we chat about message templates often. With the new year, you wanna go ahead and go through and touch each of these message templates if possible. Spend some time, invest some time to go through them, so that way when you reach out to people, it sounds genuinely like what you would write. I'm also gonna check my comments really quickly. Kelly said the last eSummit was great. Glad you're doing it again. Yes, absolutely, we're doing it again once a quarter. And she says, ooh, that vendor event label, isn't that cool? I love it, because again, you think about the way that you're gonna connect with these individuals a little bit differently. So let me go to the message templates, and I'm gonna go to cold message templates. That means that these message templates are not generated from a to-do. So I'm going to go to the very top one, which is probably the most frequently changed and updated template ever. I'm going to select here, message a contact directly via their profile template. So I put previously, hi, we just launched a sneak peek of the spring summer catalog. Have you seen it? I like this topic because in the event that I did just launch a sneak peek of the spring and summer catalog, I actually want to be able to share that with those that I met at a vendor event, because I want to take them from that retail type environment to more of a high level customer service. If you don't know what clienteling is, that was a topic by Haley at our last eSummit, and it was incredible. So I strongly encourage you to check out that. So taking a client from a retail environment to clienteling, which again, I learned so much at that eSummit. Okay, so in this example, I'm actually gonna save that. I'm gonna leave it just as it is. Going back here, and I'm gonna reach out to Gizmo. And I'm gonna say, hey, just launched it. And then I'm gonna go back to, I'm skipping Jersey because Jersey is uninterested. And I'm gonna text Maddie as well. And now I have reached out to all the individuals that are currently under my vendor event custom category. Isn't that great? I think it's so cool. And I think that there's been some really creative ways to utilize those custom categories. So if you have used the custom categories, please tell us below, what custom categories do you have and how are you using them? So for example, vendor event, right? If you met at a vendor event, you can go ahead and list that. And then in this example, handling more like a retail customer is what I would describe that as. If you are using a custom category as somebody who attended a party, if you're using a custom category as the most recently, or the last time that they actually purchased from you, how are you using those custom categories if you've already dove into that particular thing? If you haven't, what are some ideas that you're thinking of? I would love to be able to read those in the comments below. Tremendously helpful. I also wanted to go ahead and make sure with the new year, we want to refresh and review our systems. So for example, I want you to go ahead and go to account. Account tab is in the lower right hand corner. It looks like a little gear. And then I want you to go ahead and scroll down to, the to-do preferences. Now these to-do preferences, it's important to go through these occasionally and make sure that you're getting to-dos timely, when they're timely for you. As an example, if you go through and if you're not a morning person, or if 8 a.m. is too late for you to go ahead, maybe you're at work already on your day job, if that's a little too early for you, if you go ahead and scroll that, maybe you like to connect. We had one of my favorite individuals that is #powered by Amy said she used to do her to-dos with one hand while she was blow drying her hair with the other. So in this example, she would actually have her to-do at 6 a.m. And then she would reach out to her individuals. Additionally, setting goals, you want to make sure that's the case. Now, go ahead and check your 222, connect with your customers. Thank customer for an order, that's the first two of the 222. Check in on somebody's order and send birthday wishes, that's not the third. So the thank a customer for an order and check in on a customer's order. And then there's a third one, which is follow up after an order. So you can see we have all these here and easy to access. We have all these different to-dos to remind you. Now, if you don't want to share your business story, as an example, you can go through and you can turn that particular to-do off and you won't get prompted for that anymore. We also have focus on party and event sales. So connecting with those individuals who stated they wanted to host a party. How frequently do you want to connect with those individuals? Maybe it's every 4 weeks, right? Maybe whatever works best for you. It's important to make sure that these to-dos are timely and efficient for you, so that way you have the ability to reach out at appropriate times, and so that way you don't kind of forget about it and ignore it, right? We want them to be timely and we want to make sure that they work really well for you. Oh, so Sarah has a newsletter and a VIP group. I love that. I love the VIP group. That's a great way to be able to know who's already in your VIP group. So if they're not, you can actually go ahead and offer that, right? You can say, I'd love to have you join our VIP group, and that way you can make sure that they are getting timely and appropriate information from that VIP group that you've invested time and energy into. Hi, Ida. Good to see you. So yes, I'm very quickly, all of a sudden I looked up and blinked, and my time today is done. My time on this particular live is done. So I'm very excited for next week for the eSummit. It's next Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you there. I will not see you again until that eSummit, so I look forward to meeting you right here, same time, same channel, for our next Thursday live. Thank you so much. Have a great new year. But go ahead and refresh those templates and those time frames, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week, whether it be on the eSummit or for the live. Bye, friends.